I understand that you might not see the point in doing this, but could you please give my argument some consideration? For a little period, put yourself in a situation in which you are going out on a date with a beautiful woman and everything is going splendidly. She is making it clearly plain that she is interested in investigating that relationship further and the strong connection that the two of you enjoy with one another. You ultimately work up the courage to kiss those glossy lips, and she kisses you back with a great deal of passion. You both laugh and enjoy the moment. This moment will never be forgotten. When this occurs, you have a sense of weightlessness, as if you are floating on air, because all of the methods that you have perfected are finally starting to bear fruit. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity, so you decide to extend an invitation to her to visit you at your place of abode. She provides you with the response you are looking for because she is aware that all you want to do is show her your beautiful dog, and she wants to please you. Tommy, now that you finally made it to the couch, she starts playing with her hair, and you can't help but get a good chuckle out of it. Now that you've finally gotten it to the couch, she starts playing with her hair. You shouldn't be too hard on yourself. This is a perfectly normal reaction. She moves closer to you and utters in a hushed voice that she would want for you to join her into the house. You can't stop thinking about how horrible things could get if you put your dick in her, because all of a sudden you recall all those insane stories about men being accused of stuff they didn't do, and you can't stop thinking about it. Then you tell her that this is a wonderful illustration of how to set limits, but it would be even more ideal if there was no interaction between the two of you at all. Because they lack discipline, many of the guys I know, including myself, are unable to respond appropriately when faced with a stressful situation. This is what motivated me to record this video and talk to you guys about the significance of establishing clear limits and how doing so is an essential component of the MGT philosophy. I hope the previous example wasn't too graphic for you, but I think you realize the point I'm trying to make now. Please accept my apologies. Even though the Me Too movement has made men more likely to engage in inappropriate sexual behavior with women, women are still able to report to the authorities that they were coerced into engaging in behavior that they did not want to engage in, even if the allegations that they made are false. This is the case even though the Me Too movement has made men more likely to engage in inappropriate sexual behavior with women. Let's not get too far down that rabbit hole. Instead, let's concentrate on ensuring that everything is as plain as possible. There is a common fallacy that men have that if they buy a woman her meals and generally strive to make her happy, she would start to like them and eventually fall in love with them. This is a misperception that is pervasive among men. This is not the case, and a lot of smart males know from their own personal experiences that there are other methods that are more effective than this one for getting a lady to take off her pants. You probably do not care about having a relationship given the current situation in the globe, which is acceptable. Nonetheless, it is comforting to know that you do not believe that Disney and Hollywood are portraying the truth about the world. You find yourself in a situation in which you are about to interact with a lovely woman, and the circumstances surrounding this encounter appear to be to your advantage. She not only reads your texts, but also reacts to them, provides recommendations for things to do, and makes every effort to be in close vicinity to you as soon as she can. When something like this occurs, you start to wonder if she is trying to take advantage of you. You've gone on way too many dates, and as a shrewd business person, you've come to the conclusion that you might have better utilize your time in other ways. The fact that a woman is using you repeatedly demonstrates that she is not concerned with your well-being or feelings in any way, as evidenced by the following signs. To begin, keep in mind that the thing that is most valuable to a guy is his attention, and because of this, women want as much of it as they possibly can get. Because attention is so valuable to men, women want as much of it as they possibly can obtain. Just think of all the women who are always uploading images to the many social media accounts they have. The appreciation and comments that she receives from other people, including you as her spouse, provide a big boost to her sense of self-worth. She is grateful to both of you. There are still a significant number of women who engage in this behavior, despite the fact that it is abhorrent. You should seek out male validation while you are associated with a good man, and while you are in a relationship with that man. Sadly, these kind guys never tell it to stop doing that because they are terrified of being labeled as insecure or sexist. The reason for this fear is simple. They do not want to offend women. This is due to the fact that they are terrified of being categorized as any of those things. They act in this manner because they are scared of being characterized as insecure or misogynistic, and that is the reason for their behavior. If it is not intended for her to be by your side, then may God provide her pleasure with another person, if it is not meant for her to be with you. If this is the case, you have two options. Either end the relationship with her or convey to her that you cannot remain with a woman who places a higher value on male affirmation than genuine desire and commitment from you. Either way, you need to take action. Either end the relationship or explain to her that you cannot be with a woman who prioritizes male affirmation over true desire. It's possible that she's hanging out with you because you're close to someone else who she's interested in. This leads us to the third hint. It's possible that she's hanging out with you because you're close to someone else who she's interested in. It's possible that she's spending time with you since you're in close proximity to another person who captures her attention. In either case, maintain a high level of awareness and vigilance, and under no circumstances should you give someone the opportunity to take advantage of you. Be conscious of the fact that it is common for women to engage in the habit of bragging about their achievements and successes rather than expressing contentment, and keep in mind that this is a behavior that many women like. There are some men on social media who give the impression that they are leading a highly prosperous life, but in reality, the cars and houses that they write about are commonly rented. These men give the impression that they are successful by posting pictures of themselves on social media. These guys are easy to spot because they give off the vibe that they've achieved a great deal of accomplishment in their lives. To what extent does leading a life of luxury contribute to society's problems? Consider the number of people from other Western countries who have made Dubai their permanent home. They are so preoccupied with posting stories that it gives the impression that they are having a good time at the party. Yet in reality, they are not enjoying nearly as much enjoyment as they make it look that they are. They are merely putting on an act of having a good time. Be conscious of the fact that some women are simply interested in taking advantage of your good fortune for their own benefit, and do not give them the opportunity to engage in this behavior by giving them the chance to do so. They will have access to all of those privileges because they're with you. However, in return, you will receive nothing of value. Having sexual contact with her will also be of no value at all if she is just sleeping around. There is not going to be anything of worth given to you. Even if these are only a few of the symptoms, you should be able to utilize them to protect yourself while interacting with a girl who adopts these unappealing approaches. Remember to preserve your toughness, your pickiness, and most importantly, your independence from the narratives that society tells you to follow at all times. Now that your turn has come, please share with me your thoughts on the matter. Do you believe that there are any additional warning signals that ought to be added to the list? Which of these do you believe best? Which of these do you believe best reflects both you and the circumstances you find yourself in?